Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a ranking video for the best, well, least to greatest Michael Myers performances portrayed by an actor. So, yeah, I've been really looking forward to doing these. I'm going to be doing one for Jason Voorhees soon, but I'm going to go ahead and kick it off with Michael Myers because, well, Michael Myers is like, in my opinion, the first Halloween is the definitive slasher. And remember, this is all my personal opinion. You do not have to agree with me. Hell, get into the comments and argue with me. But really, this is just my opinion on who is the better portrayal of Myers or the Shape. But overall, I really am excited to do this. But I will be blunt. I will not lie about how I feel about certain portrayals. So I hope you guys can understand my reasons on why certain ones are listed maybe lower than ones that you would probably rank higher. But if not, that is okay. We can all have a talk about it in the comments for sure. I'm really excited. So yeah, guys, we're going to go ahead and dive right into this bad boy. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into this. At number 10, no surprise here, we have Chris Durand from Halloween H2O 20 years later. Now, I might get some hate for this one, but the real reason why Chris Durand is so low on my list is because he feels like, and I'm just going to be blunt, he feels like a parody of what I thought Michael Myers should be. The way he walks, the way he opens his eyes wide when someone kicks him in the nuts, I couldn't stand that scene. And most of this is not Chris Durand's fault. This is obviously the direction of how the director wanted to make his character in the movie, but there's some things I just can't let slide by, and he doesn't feel like Myers to me. He feels like a cosplayer dressing up like Michael Myers, the Shape. He just, there's something off about him no matter what, and he always goes down so easily that I'm not intimidated by this guy one bit. I feel like I could fight him if I needed to. So yeah, there's a lot of reasons why I just can't let it slide that, in my opinion, that Chris Durand is just simply the worst Myers. I'm sure you're a nice guy, Durand. It's just, you were miscast, bud. Now, I know for a fact I'm going to get some hate on this next one, but number 9 is actually Tyler Mane from Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 from 2009. Now, I'm gonna straight up say it. He is a badass in this movie. This is one of the most brutal Michael Myers portrayals I've ever seen. But that doesn't change the fact that I'm not happy with the direction they decided to go in. They made him more of a homeless man, not really a supernatural entity. He talks in the director's cut. He mumbles. He groans when he stabs people. He grunts, when he stabs people. There's just a lot here that I'm not fond of when it comes to portraying Myers. Now, of course, obviously, a lot of it is not Tyler Mane's fault. It's mostly with the writing that Rob Zombie throws in his movies, but it can't be helped. This is really just not the type of style Myers I'm into. I understand it was a ballsy move, but when ballsy moves are misshaped or mispronounced, or not mispronounced, but like they just missed the target, they really can hurt the outcome or just the movie. Okay, number 8. Here we go. It's Brad Loree from Halloween Resurrection. I know I put this guy over Tyler Mane from Halloween 2. I get it. But to be frankly honest and to be fair, Halloween Resurrection overall is a bad movie. But the portrayal of Michael Myers in this movie is the least of its problems. This is actually a passable Michael. Yeah, he's made a fool to be in front of Busta Rhymes, and that is one of the reasons why people hate it. And I can understand that 100%. I can't deny that. I really can't. So, it's my number 8 for that reason. Number 7, and all the Myers up from here, I actually really dig, to be honest, is Don Shanks from Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. One of the most hated films by a lot of people in the franchise. I really dig Michael in this movie. I know the mask sucks. The movie overall is a disappointment, and that's probably the best way I can put that movie, is just a big disappointment. I don't hate Halloween 5 like a lot of people do, and I certainly don't hate the portrayal of Michael Myers in this movie. He is scary, he is intimidating, he is mysterious. I just like this Myers. He has some badass kills in this movie. Yeah, I understand the complaints for sure. The mask is not great. I don't have a problem with the mask like a lot of people do, but I understand the complaint of the mask. And yes, that scene that towards the end when Myers takes off his mask for Jamie just to show that he's crying. Took me out of it a little bit. I don't like Myers showing any emotion, and that was a straight F you to the lure of Michael Myers. Number 6. Almost to that top 5. Alright, number 6 is actually Dick Warlock from Halloween 2, the original Halloween 2. I like Dick Warlock in this movie. I think he's absolutely one of the highlights for sure. I just don't like the fact that he is more robot than he is a supernatural entity. Like in the first film, you can absolutely tell that there's a mystery, there is something about this guy. He feels like a guy, but there's something not there about him. But in this one, he feels straight up like a robot, a Terminator. Like, there are even movements in this movie where I'm like, this is a straight up robot. And, you know, some people love it, some people hate it. I'm in the middle. I think it's decent. I think it's a damn well good portrayal of Michael Myers. It's a good continuation from John Carpenter's Halloween, which is just a straight up sequel. Like, it takes place right after. So I really dig Dick Warlock in this movie. I think maybe I'm going a little bit too hard on him, but overall, I'm not a big fan of the whole really robot-esque vibe to this Myers, but still a good portrayal. Top 5, baby. Bum, bum, bum. We got to kick it off with Rob Zombie's 2007 portrayal of Myers by Tyler Mane. I am not a fan of the backstory they threw at Myers with the fucking redneck family shithole that he grew up in. I can't stand that's where they decided to go with this, but I'm not surprised because, well, Rob Zombie, right? But overall, I think everything in the clinic and everything after the clinic, when they actually retell the story of Halloween, I think it actually is done pretty decently. I do think that Rob Zombie's style actually works very decently with the original story when he's trying to tell the original story. But everything he tried to add to this is absolutely shit. But you can't deny that Myers in this movie is absolutely a beast. He's intimidating. He's terrifying. I would not want this fucker running at me or walking like he does. He's a monster, and yeah, there's something about the original one I like more. I don't like the idea that he's really, really big, but you can't deny if you're going to get someone to play Myers in a bigger kind of tone, Tyler Mane was a badass choice. Like, the guy who played Sabretooth in X-Men, fuck yeah. And he works really well. The scene in the clinic when he actually has that mask on, the one he made, I would have been almost cool with that mask being the one they used for the movie. I was, like, that was fucking awesome. But yeah, I like Halloween 2007, and Tyler Mane is one of the reasons why I actually dig it. Number 4, and number 4 and up are ones I actually love. I love each of these performances, so let's kick it off with Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, portrayed by George P. Wilbur. Damn, was he badass. He really was. If you couldn't get Nick Castle and you couldn't get Dick Warlock, you fucking did well by replacing him with someone like George P. Wilbur. He absolutely steals the show. Every scene he's in is intimidating. It's scary. He's mysterious, which is the big word I like to use with my Michael Myers. Mysterious. He is definitely the shape returning back to form, and I like this form more than even Dick Warlock. He feels like Michael Myers. He's even scarier sometimes. Like, really, he's great. He really is great. But yeah, the one thing that does take him down quite a bit is that mask. The mask is almost unforgivable. If they would have continued to use the bandage mask in the beginning, probably would have been a lot better, to be frankly honest. There's some moments where I was like, oh my god, could you imagine that fucking bandage looking thing coming at you? But yeah, George P. Wilbur, number 4, makes perfect sense to me. Number 3, George P. Wilbur again, but this time for his best portrayal of Myers in Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers. I could not get enough of this Myers. Yeah, the movie itself is a little messy, but this is probably the scariest Myers has ever been. Hell, there's some moments where I was actually debating on even putting him at number 2 or 1 because this movie has problems, but Michael Myers in this movie is absolutely one of the most iconic, most scary, the mask is badass versions of Michael Myers I think I've ever seen. And that is because George P. Wilbur. If George P. Wilbur was not playing this role, I don't know if it would have came out as well as it did. That fucking scene when they're in the hospital and he starts killing all the doctors with that fucking machete or that big knife, insanely great stuff. The way he walks, the way he starts, that blank expression on that mask's face when he walks towards you is just intimidating beyond belief. So many memorable moments in this movie, and George P. Wilbur, without a question, is responsible for probably at least 98% of those scenes. I truly could ramble about this Myers all day, but we're going to go ahead and move on to number 2. So, man, you killed it. You really killed it. And that is no pun intended, sir, but you are easily the 3rd best Myers I've ever seen. You fucking killed it. Number 2 is without question going to be, I'm going to put James Jude Courtney as number 2. I know, I love this movie. I've seen it like 4 to 5 times now. James Jude Courtney steals every fucking scene he's in. He's absolutely a master, and he only played it 1 time. Like, to me, this guy was born almost to play this role. I can't ramble on about how awesome this guy is. He takes the perfect blend of Rob Zombie's brutality and he mixes it with Nick Castle's subtlety and just creates probably one of the best versions of Myers I've ever seen. The Shape is back in this movie, and it is my favorite definitive sequel, and James Jude Courtney is actually the biggest reason for that. He is so goddamn intimidating. He is so scary, and if there is anything going against James Jude Courtney, is that maybe the movie itself decided to play him too much in the daytime and not enough at nighttime, because I would have loved to seen him kill more at nighttime than anything. And he's not in the shadows as much as Nick Castle is, so that might hold him back right now, but Halloween Kills is coming out, so we will have to see where they take his character then. But this guy is absolutely, he's groundbreaking when it comes to portraying Myers. Number 1 is, without question, Nick Castle from Halloween 1978. I could ramble on and on why this guy should be number 1, and I really shouldn't have to at this point. I think the reason why Nick Castle on my list is number 1 is because there is such a mystery and supernatural vibe to this guy. You really don't know what you're dealing with, and when you think you know what you're dealing with, you really aren't sure at that moment anyway, because Loomis is running around discussing to people that this is not human. This is a man. He's in the shape of a man, but he is not a man. He is a blank, emotionless being who is the pure embodiment of evil. And you actually start believing this. And that is probably something that the first movie will always have on other movies in this franchise, is that it's so mysterious, it's a big mystery, and that right there, I think, is the greatest thing I could say about the original Halloween, and that is why it is my definitive slasher movie, because there really is something about this movie and the portrayal of Myers that is so mysterious and so edgy that you can't really explain what it really is. Not even Loomis can explain what it is, and that right there is a big plus to, I think, Nick Castle's performance. I'm pretty sure he was on set one day and asked him if he needed help with anything, asked John Carpenter, and John Carpenter's like, hey, you want to play the guy? And they gave him the mask. That right there is such a cool story. I love it. I think Nick Castle absolutely deserves this number 1 spot. And I really shouldn't have to explain why. He's perfect as this role. He really is. If you guys enjoyed this ranking, please comment down below. Let me know. Like this video. Hit the notification bell. And for all you guys out there who are just getting to my channel and watching this, I hope you guys really enjoyed this for sure. And I'll check you out in the next video. The next video, I think I will be ranking all the Jason performances. Yeah, that'd be fun. So guys, I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you and take care.